hasn't been as bad, honestly, this season. Have you
So I felt that way too, but I was like, I don't want to say that because I know there's probably somebody watching who's been
everybody's different.
Yeah.
No, I mean, just by the counts,
Okay.
like if you're suffering, then that's obviously based on you. But with the counts, usually we have extreme numbers.
So it's scientifically, it's actually
better,
not just based on Tom.
It's Let me show you. I mean, this morning our cedar count went down to 15, so it's not too bad. Now, obviously, we do see flare-ups occasionally, but today's going to be honestly a good day when it comes to the pollen counts, because both cedar and mold were lower than what I was showing you yesterday, and both are relatively low just on the scale here. Wildfire danger is in the low to moderate category as well. Not quite as much of that moderate category today. A little bit of moisture return, but we're not necessarily looking at a whole lot to work with. So yes, I do have a rain chance in. It's only 10% for tonight. I'm going to bump that up to 20% for the first half of the day tomorrow. I wouldn't hold your breath on this. This is not one of those things where, we're banking on 1/4 of an inch or anything. I think if anything, sprinkles could give us a few hundredths of an inch, but we've got that cloud cover sticking around for a while and temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Strong cold front on the back end of the 7-day. We'll talk about those impacts here in your first morning forecast.
Kristen,
this weekend that will give us a little taste of winter, but we've got some time before then to kind of enjoy these 50s and 60s. You don't have to worry about much on radar just yet. There will be a couple sprinkles moving in tonight, but right now we just have mainly clear skies. The only thing is some high cloud cover that will be with us through most of the day, but the West Shore home camera there in central Austin looks fantastic. Gorgeous shot of our skyline. Temperatures this morning, cold out in the hill country, below freezing kind of cold. We've got 30s, if not even some upper 20s sneaking into parts of the eastern counties and the Austin metro. Austin currently sitting at 34, but our suburbs are below freezing. Temperatures from those 20s and 30s warming to the 50s this afternoon with a high of 59. Not quite that 62-degree normal for this time of year, but still close enough. And those clouds, those are going to be high for most of the day, but then there will be some low cloud cover coming in later on this evening. High temperatures today in those mid to upper 50s for most of central Texas, and the winds are going to be very light. If anything, an east-northeast wind around 5 miles per hour, but the winds are fairly calm for the majority of the day. So here's the high clouds, and then you're noticing towards the later part of the day some of those thicker clouds coming in, especially for areas south and east. And the reason that we're seeing a little bit more of this moisture up top is there's a disturbance to our south that's going to get kicked along the South Texas and southern Gulf Coast area that I think is at this point going to throw some moisture at us in the form of sprinkles and drizzle, but not a lot. Most of us will not see this. Areas to the south and east of Austin have a better chance of picking up a few spots of drizzle late tonight and into tomorrow morning, but this is not widespread. It won't be severe. We've got no flooding concerns. I'm really not that excited about it. I think by the time we hit the later part of tomorrow, that sunshine is going to start to work its way in, especially for our northern counties. Temperatures will warm to 69 by Friday. That'll be the warmest day of the week. But then that strong cold front moves in Saturday. So the winds are going to start to get going on Saturday. You're really going to notice it Sunday into Monday, not only with a drop in our afternoon highs, but look at the low temperature forecast here. We're talking a few nights at or below freezing, if not even well below freezing. By Monday morning, a hard freeze expected, and this looks to continue through our final week of January. So overall, January has been trending cooler than normal. This is not just going to be a Texas thing. You can see this impacts most of the lower 48, in fact, but we're still kind of struggling to reach average. There's a couple days there, but I still think overall we're going to finish out this month on the cooler side. That being said, couple sprinkles possible late. That continues into the first part of tomorrow. Temperatures warm up with an isolated sprinkle again Friday, which is the return in moisture expected to be a little higher. Strong cold front means gusty winds and very chilly weather by the time we hit Sunday. That cold weather continues into MLK Day, Inauguration Day. Temperatures overnight, as we talked about, it's going to get cold again. Erica.